Hey YouTube, Coppersan here, and thanks for coming back to part 3 of the winners and losers of the new 6 job skills according to the MapleStory Korea players. In this server, the 6 job skills have already been released for a while, and I looked into what the Korean MapleStory players think of their 6 job skills. This includes their new fancy origin skill, their 4th job skill mastery, and 5th job skill boosts. And just as a reminder, all classes gain from the 6 job skills. This list mostly looks at which classes synergizes best with their 6 job skills, and in today's video we're looking into the Dawn Warrior, Mechanic, Buccaneer, Thunderbreaker, and best class Paladin. But before we're diving into all of this, we're first going to quickly check out today's video sponsor, Pocket Champs. In Pocket Champs, players need to train their champs so they can win races and climb the leaderboards. Your champ will run, fly, climb and swim to the finish line, and it's up to you to figure out the best way to beat your opposition. Pocket Champs is all about analyzing and strategizing which one of your main gadgets you have to use. Each gadget has their own strengths and weaknesses. Some give a small boost for the entire race, while others give a stronger boost but have limited uses. And it's up to you to figure out which one suits each unique map best. Unlocking new gadgets, skins and emotes is a piece of cake with the many events that are in the game right now. Like the Halloween event and the prize wheel event where you can win a ton of stuff. And if you climb the leaderboards, you'll be working on upgrading your gadgets and training your champ to beat the competition. It's a fun game that requires thinking, so even people with bronze hands like myself can easily play this. All matches are done automatically, so it's really all about making the right choices and arming yourself with the right gadgets. And trading the right stats to improve your rankings, of course. I've been playing for a few days right now, and it's pretty fun and chill game to just hop into a few times per day. If you want to check it out yourself, make sure to check out the link in the video description and top comment, or scan the QR code that's at the top corner. Doing so will not only get you to the game, it will also get you a starter pack with 500 gems plus the white wolf skin. These rewards will be added automatically to your account on November 1st this year, but the reward itself is only available to get until the end of October, until October 31st, so you better hurry up if you want those. Pocket Champs is available for both Android and iOS. Many thanks to them for sponsoring today's video, and now back to MapleStory. So starting off this video with the Night of Sickness Dawn Warrior, their 6 job origin skill is called Astral Blitz, and when activated deals 14 strikes that deal 7200% damage 5 times up to 15 enemies, and afterwards 5 explosions occur that deal 9900% damage 7 times, also hitting 15 enemies. Plus your final damage is increased by 10% for 20 seconds after using this skill. That's a nice bonus. For their mastery cores, of course, your Solar Slash and Lunar Divide and your 5th job skills all get a big boost in final damage. From what I've gathered so far, the Dawn Warriors or Soma players, where it stands for Soul Master, Dawn Warriors called different in KMS and Maple C. But anyway, in general, the Soma players do find their 6 job skills to be pretty okay. It's not like crazy good or insanely OP like for example Kane or Fire Poison Mage, who players really liked, but overall the Dawn Warrior mains are pretty happy with how the skills turned out. So far the only complaints that I found is that the cutscene is a bit longer compared to some of the other classes. It will last for 7 seconds, and some of the Korean Soma players would prefer it if all the damage was done in just one big hit instead of those explosions that occur after the initial hit. But if those are the biggest issues, then it definitely ain't all bad, I think. Next up is the Mechanic class. Their origin skill is called Ground Zero. When activated, deals 3 attacks that each deal 7800% damage 6 times. And after that, 6 explosions occur that deal 13200% damage 12 times. That's pretty sick. After that, for 30 seconds, every few seconds, bombs fall down, dealing 5400% damage 6 times, all up to 15 enemies. That's a pretty decent origin skill if I say so myself. Of course, generally speaking, in a Korean MapleStory perspective, this skill does lose a few points because it doesn't do all the damage in one big burst. Again, it's something that deals damage sort of over time. So if the boss teleports around or moves a lot, or moves out of range, for example, your skill will sometimes miss, which of course is still one of the grievances that most Korean Maplers have. Mechanics, their 6 job skill mastery core enhances their heavy salvo plus skill and AP salvo plus skill, which is useful for both grinding and it's their main bossing attack. However, for mechanics, most of the damage when bossing comes from their missiles and not this attack. So plenty of the Korean mechanics weren't very happy with the salvo skill being boosted for their first 6 job mastery skill instead of their missiles or their summons, which could also have been pretty nice. Because of this, the most mechanics get rated quite low on the 6 job satisfaction meter in Korea, but in my own opinion, I don't think it's all that bad, as more skills will get boosted by 6 job in the future anyway, so eventually the missiles will get their turn as well. But in general, the MapleStory Korean mechanics were a bit dissatisfied with their 6 jobs so far. Next up is the Buccaneer. This class, their origin skill is called Liberate Neptunes. When activated, 3 shockwaves that deal 3000% damage a time will occur. After that, the Sea's Rage activates, that deals 4500% damage 12 times, basically all the big explosions, and this effect will occur 7 times. And then for 30 seconds, when you're using fighting skills, Neptunes and Rage activates, that deals a ton of damage over multiple hits. For example, the first hit deals 2100% damage 6 times, while the 5th hit deals 3600% damage 12 times. That's the big serpent that's popping out. Overall though, the feedback on this skill was not very positive. Most comments in the Korean forums mention that Buccaneers want to see their damage more compressed, because the boss just keeps running away while the serpents are still shooting out in one direction, and because it's 5 different hits, you sometimes don't hit all of them. And when you're facing away while this attack will pop out, it will pop out in the direction that you're facing, which can be annoying if the boss is the other way, but you have to dodge, so you have to face the other way. If there is a very mobile boss like Hylas for example, this skill could be a bit of an issue. And the damage of the starter skill is a bit weak, which is also a big complaint from the Buccaneers in KMS. I think it's quite clear that the developers didn't want to give every class a single big damage button, which definitely makes the classes and skills more unique, but it shouldn't result in some classes having trouble getting off all their damage, while other classes do have the luxury of that one button big explosion damage. Buccaneer's 6 job mastery core skill boosts Octopunch, and I read no complaints about this whatsoever. This is the Buccaneers' main bossing skill, but due to the way their origin skill works, the Buccaneers were generally dissatisfied. Let's see though if the winter update in MapleStory Korea makes any changes to the origin skill for this class. That could also happen. And while we're talking about the knuckle users, let's hop over to the Buccaneers' Sickness Knight counterpart, the Thunderbreaker. Their origin skill is called Thunderstorm Sea Wave, which when used activates 11 shockwaves that deal 3240% damage 4 times each, and after that there were 14 more shockwaves that deal 5520% damage 7 times. And first of all, I have to mention that there are very few Thunderbreakers in MapleStory Korea, so there weren't that many opinions posted. But from what I could tell, people rank this class in the lowest tier of satisfaction when it comes to their 6 job skills. The main complaints are that the origin skill is just too weak, and with Thunderbreaker being a class that has to continuously attack to get their damage off, the longer cutscene of this skill is actually quite a hindrance when it comes to dealing more damage per minute. Their 6 job mastery skill boosts Annihilate, which is a bossing skill, but Thunderbreakers need to combo this skill together with Typhoon and Thunderbolt, so it's only one of those 3 skills that's getting buffed. Plus the buff to the skill itself is a little bit of damage and a special effect that deals 190% damage 3 times that activates every 2 hits. First you have to apply a debuff and then you have to pop it to deal damage with this skill. I mean, it synergizes well with their kit, but it isn't exactly a huge power boost. Korean Thunderbreakers were quite sad about what they got for 6 job and are hoping that their skills get either revamped or buffed soon. And the final class of this video is the Paladin, and oh boy, I'm so sorry for having so many classes in today's video that all the players are complaining about. I promise it all ain't that bad. So what I do for these videos, I gather information, I look to the Korean info boards to figure out what people think about their class, and most class specific boards are like this, like, you know, just discussing and some fun stuff. And then there is the Paladin board, which just has the lying down and do nothing memes posted because players are so dissatisfied with their 6 job skills. Still, after all these months, almost every day more and more of these posts get made. Oh boy, it feels like Paladin is becoming a bit of the meme of the MapleStory Korea community. So Paladin's origin skill is called Sacred Bastion. The skill, when used, activates 7 shockwaves that deal 3600% damage 6 times, and then sends out 5 shockwaves that deal 3300% damage 12 times. Then for 30 seconds, the Bastion will remain on screen, dealing 1800% damage 6 times, and enemies hit by this attack will get a stack of Divine Brand that's needed to pop that additional damage when you're attacking monsters with Blast. Both Blast and Divine Judgment also got improved with their 6 job mastery course, so your bossing will be faster as a Paladin. Most Paladins complained that they expected more damage on their 6 job skill. and that Paladins are becoming more of a DPM class this way. Basically, the main complaint is that this class is pretty weak at the moment. And to make things worse for the absolute goated class at MapleStory, Paladins use their 5th job skill, Divine Echo, to link themselves to one other player in the party to share buffs and act as the shadow partner of that character. Every attack you do pops out at your buddy that's linked as well. The 6th job skill that buffs your 5th job skills also buffs the final damage of the shadow partner effect from 37% final damage to 60% final damage, which is pretty bad because this is already pretty weak and your partner needs to be in range of the boss for your shadow partner attacks to hit as well. So it's pretty easy to already just not hit that much with this skill, and this 6th job damage buff doesn't really just mean a whole lot for the Paladin. So hopefully that can be improved in the future. The skill will also buff your final damage a little bit more, which is great. But overall, players are ranking this class as one of the classes came out worst of the 6th job advancement, together with Shade and Thunderbreaker. But to be fair though, again, with how often skills get changed and improved, we can look at the future with a spark of hope that eventually things will get better for these classes. But overall right now, especially for Shade, Thunderbreaker and Paladin, the players were quite dissatisfied about their 6th job skills. Buccaneer was a little bit dissatisfied, but nothing too insane. And of course for Dawn Warrior, people were actually quite okay with how everything turned out. Some things could be nicer, but overall no big complaints. So asking again, which classes should we check out next? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to check out Pocket Champs, link in the video description and top comment. And special thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Special thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, Jesus Rodriguez, Kalimora, Wiley, Riser Are BackSpaceOTI, Ziggy Historycanon, Saffronyx, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Tito655, Michael Menchaca, Rathius, Afterlord, Betrayal1489, Silvio Nato, Striker Elk, Tidal1 Fun, Victor Sundstrom, Mathias Simonsson, Mr. Anark, Benon Games, The Passenger, Kani Wu, Max Bernhardt, Mukau1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Gabriel Eck, Fecko, Vake Botnet, Dante Victory, Mathinu Def, Snack, HBG, Only, Lord Vasil, Spats the Kaiser, That Archer Guy, Louis Bento Brandau, Snufflepop, Tails Curspet, The Wolf Drake, Gaber Wolf, Live Love MapleStory, Kali, Duckfoos, Quinn, Migu and Sir Otter. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!